Really?
Yeah, as of now, it's canon.
Okay.
Rizzy's the only one alive.
What about Liz? Did she die?
You have a chance to save Liz. Do you want to save Liz?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
I'm honoring.
What am I, chopped liver?
I'll save you two. I'll save you two.
Oh, okay. I guess.
The guy actively setting up your game for you gets left behind. That's cool.
Thank you, Zach.
Yeah, thank you, Nick.
I love you. I love you.
I'm really feeling it too.
No, I love you, Zach.
I know you do, buddy. I love you too.
So where's everybody?
Well, I don't know. I was wondering that myself.
There's Jared.
Speak of the devil.
There he is.
Testing 1, 2.
Hello.
I can hear. Hello, I can hear you.
Hello, guys.
Hello.
So everyone died.
Hey,
Roll new characters.
Oh,
What
did you do?
Listen, though. How did we die?
Dan is killing us in favor of Jake.
Uh-huh. That's the truth.
Okay, that makes sense.
There we go.
I'm so very confused.
It's even more depressing than I thought.
I'll bring him back, don't. Hey, before I forget, I need to tell you guys I'm out of town on the 11th and the 18th, so I won't be able to play for 2 weeks.
Oh.
How
11th and 18th.
I can play next week, but then the 2 after that, I'm out.
Okay. Thank you for the heads
how
We'll figure it out.
dare you?
I'm sorry I didn't tell you sooner. I just kind of was like, oh crap, I haven't told my friends.
up.
Rizzy, is your friend?
We'll find a safe place to stash Moon.
I'm sure there's a bucket we can put over him.
He can go into my car and just build a little nest in there.
Are any of you wearing a hat?
I have a perm.
Perm, yeah, that's perfect.
And treat your perm like a giant afro.
Yeah, just have a little like a squirrel's nest in there.
It's
Exactly.
like a beehive, but it's a fairy home or something.
What did I
Yeah,
do?
exactly.
I gotta say, so last week I got a leg of lamb from a local halal market
Uh-huh.
down the street, which is like, by the way, this was a tip that I was given years ago, and it's a fantastic tip. If you're like in a new place and you're not sure, and like, but you need like good, safe, clean food, find a kosher or halal restaurant, because like it is a like religious order of cleanliness. Like the butcher I went to, they butchered like you could see into the workspace. They cleaned all the surfaces between meats. Like it was good. It was not like,
Wow.
let me just go get some mystery meat out of the back of the shop. Like
That does make sense.
yeah, that was a tip that I got like from a guy who like did a lot of traveling that I met on the ski lift of all places. But yeah, I got this bomb leg of lamb, and I marinated it for like 5 or 6 days in olive oil and this like Mediterranean lamb pork seasoning blend I got from Tea and Spice Exchange. And then I was gonna smoke it on my pellet grill, but I decided not to. I just cooked it up in the cast iron. It was absolutely heavenly.
Wow.
I just had to share that it was delicious.
Never would have considered those spices because I'm just not very Mediterranean food.
Oh, I love it.
don't know.
It's my favorite. I think Greek food is the best food in the world.
Really? Okay.
Oh, I love it so much. I've also been to Greece twice, and it's way different over there than like a Greek restaurant in the States. But like I do just love those spices too. Like thyme, rosemary on chicken, lamb, pretty much any meat. It's just fire. It's just so good. I always say like if you if you want to learn how like the best way to eat something, find the people that eat it the most. I'm not gonna go to Russia to learn how to grill a steak. Right, like I'm going to the United States. Just like if I want to learn how to cook goat, I'm gonna go to like Africa or the Middle East or the Mediterranean. Like I'm gonna find the people that eat it every day and figure out how they cook it.
Yeah, that seems wise to me.
Yeah.
You telling me you don't go to the French to learn how to make hamburgers and fries?
Listen to me, I don't go to the French for a friggin' thing.
Yeah, their food's disgusting. They eat snails.
I mean, their food is good. Their food is
their
good.
food is fantastic. Their food is divine.
The people suck.
Actually, there's a lot of cool things. So, from what I've heard, an Englishman once told me, I don't really know many French people, or any at all, but an Englishman once told me that France is a great place. They have great sheep, which is very important in Europe. They have great, beautiful landscape, great food. The only problem with France are the French.
Much like California.
I've heard that.
So, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Let's see.
My handful of run-ins with like French tourists have done nothing but just confirm my pre-existing prejudice.
I'm not willing to concede that their food is good.
You don't like French food?
No. I
don't think it's very good for you. Like they cook everything in half a bucket of cream.
Yeah, I'd much rather have something else from a nearby European country. I'd rather have British food than French food.
Much more
okay, I can't co-sign that, bro.
You'd rather have British than French?
Dude, the British wouldn't rather have British food.
Not.
No, I like Italian the best from over there, and then food from Spain is good.
Obviously, yes.
Yeah, yes.
Yeah, I'm telling you, you should check out Mediterranean cuisine, like Mediterranean spices. If you like Italian food and you like Spanish food, they both have. I mean, they're both Mediterranean, so depending on like what part of Spain and Italy you're getting your food from, it could be incredibly Mediterranean or like at least Mediterranean influenced. But like, I don't like my all-time favorite salad ever is like, and when I was in Greece, I would have them for every lunch. I would have one huge ass bowl of Clamato olives, tomatoes, feta cheese, onion, and I think cucumber. And with like a little bit of oil, a little bit of vinegar, salt and pepper.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Like the best, like absolutely delicious. Could not get enough of it, and incredibly good for you. And like the other thing that I liked about there is like, and this is a European thing in general. But like, or I should say probably like more of a not North American thing. But like the food was like the quality of the ingredients was a lot better. It was a lot more organic, and it was incredibly fresh. Like there are no factory chicken farms in Greece. Like if you go to a fancy restaurant and you order a chicken, that was like in somebody like a nearby village's backyard within 3 days. Like it's that fresh and it's that good.
Hello, Aaron.
Hello.
Sorry, Aaron. They got me talking about Greek food.
No, you're good.
I mean, I may have started, continued, and ended the conversation, but I'm going to pin it on them.
Keep talking. Forget my tardiness. Just keep talking about chicken.
I'm very much more towards like New World food, as in like North and South America, than Europe. I mean, European food is good, but it's just not what I ever crave. Unless it's Italian, man. that would be the exception.
Do you mostly eat like American Italian or like Italian?
Well, I'm much more towards the American Italian food, just because that's what I know. But I do like the actual Italian food I've had.
Yeah. No, American Italian food, like the Italians can be stuck up all they want about it. Like American Italian food is fire. It's so good. Like, regular Italian food is also delicious, but like Italian people will like really like stick their nose up at American Italian food. It's like, listen, man, half the world's eating it. Okay, like everybody but you loves spaghetti and meatballs, so get over yourself. Like, you're the only ones that have an issue with it.
What was the one dish? There's a comedian, Mateo Lane, and he always said this one dish doesn't exist. I can't remember it. Alfredo. Alfredo is not a real Italian dish, and because he's from a Italian New Yorker. He lived in Italy for a little bit, So it doesn't exist, and he was in an Italian restaurant and like did a video about it. And was like, tell the world it doesn't exist. And the waiter's like, no, we have Alfredo on the menu. And he's like, why? He said, because what do you want? You Americans, you come in and ask for all the time. What do you want? Right. On the menu.
It's like, it doesn't matter if it's authentic. It's real good.
Yeah.
And you get mad when you don't have it. Like, you get mad at us.
As well we should.
It was very sad. It was very sad. But no, it's not an actual.
He can suck it.
Well,
don't you dare try to take away Alfredo. Okay. I will.
Italian cheese soup.
There is a handful of things that I will absolutely go to war over. That's on the list.
Italian dairy soup is really what it is, yeah.
No. Well, sorry, I just got a very nice message. Let's get started. We find ourselves in Floon's, no, not Floon's establishment. I apologize. You actually finished off at the Skewered Dragon last week, picking up one last little detail. On your search to find Floon Lagmar. Hard name for me to remember. I should probably write it down. Floon is the somewhat doofus of a friend to Volo.
Almost certainly
he
did.
Has gone missing in the last few days. He's now been missing for 2. And you are on the search to find him. There's the promise of 100 gold upon his discovery. Preferably alive. Volo wants him back. He's a friend. Adventuring friend. Somebody who goes with him while he searches for monsters to write about. He kind of collects odds and ends, interesting information for Volo. In fact, you kind of ran into some of that when you searched Floon's establishment, which is not a canon house. You kind of forced me to make that up on the fly, but I think it worked. You found a journal of his and a calendar that had some of his future plans, sort of cementing the truth that he is in fact missing. He should be here if he was not missing. So Volo was correct. Floon is missing. Hopefully he's not in danger. But if he is in danger, your unknown if to be capable hands are were sent after him.
Incredibly capable. I will find his body and bring it back for that 100 gold. There's nothing I won't do, no one I won't kill for 100 gold.
This is this is your first bounty hunt that I know of.
This is like if you went to 25-year-old Zach and was like, "Hey man, find my friend for $1 million." I was like, "I'll find every piece of him if I have to crawl through a sewer to do it." Yes.
At some point, tenacity just becomes overwhelming.
Right.
Yeah.
Sheer force of will.
Tenacity. You can't teach that.
Yeah.
The next clue that for your hunt was something that Moondrop was able to acquire from the bartender of the Skewered Dragon, and that was that the men who followed Floon and Renair, who is a Floon lookalike, were members of the Unspoken Assassins Guild, the Winged Snakes, otherwise known as the Zentarum, but nobody even whispers that name. They're superstitious.
Except for me sometimes, as a social faux pas. People got real mad.
Especially Beatrice. She's like, "Shut up! Don't you ever say that again."
I may have learned my lesson.
That last clue that you got was that those men have been seen on Candle Lane quite frequently. And I wanted to also mention, hence why I wrote it on the map, the map is now to scale, so we can figure out how far things are away. I fixed that earlier. And so the floor is yours at the Skewered Dragon Tavern. It's morning.
So there was, I think, one other piece of info that we got. Hold on. We figured out where their hideout is. It's at Candle Lane, right?
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't
Maybe
remember.
I missed that in the recap.
I think I told you about the warehouse now that I think about it.
Yeah.
There's a door over there that has the winged snake on it.
Cool. So guys, yeah, I'm thinking, what do you think? We should run like a little scouting mission, just kind of get nearby,
Yes.
not
Yes.
don't tip our hand too much, but we should go check this place out.
Okay. Yeah, we should. Brizzy says.
No, I completely agree.
I might even have a little chick up my sleeve if we're gonna do some scouting.
Let me know what you got, because I got a little tactics of my own, if you will.
Ooh, nice.
Hold on. Features and trade. Two weapon fighting. Perfect. Already have it. Yes. Okay. So I have primeval awareness before we go into anything. So as an action, and I'm also reading this for the first time, so I'm trying to explain it myself. As an action, you can expend one ranger spell slot to sense whether any aberrations, celestials, dragons, elemental fates, fiends, or undead are present within 1 mile of you. Or up to 6 miles if in your favored terrain. This feature doesn't reveal creatures' location or number.
I have something similar. That's funny. I have locate object, which I could describe an object that's familiar to me and sense the direction of the object's location as long as it's within 1,000 feet.
Okay, so we're not overlapping too poorly.
Yeah.
Perfect. That's a cool
doesn't-
thing, though.
It doesn't work on a person, but I was thinking I could use it for the hat that was described that he was wearing, because I doubt that they're very common.
Right. I would say, Sorry, it's taking me a second to get my voice here. I would definitely say there's probably not a lot of people dressed like him.
That's
Kinda
why I kept
dresses
asking Dan. I was
like
really
an
grilling Dan
asshole.
about what he was wearing. Yeah. It's like, what's he wearing, Dan? What kind of clothes, Dan?
Does he have any identifying pendants, brooches, ties, of physical objects upon his person? Charms, anything?
Right.
Does he have
yeah.
a funky coin he keeps in his pocket? Like, describe it to me.
Yeah.
The right questions to ask. You do have that information still, right?
Yeah. So
Okay.
the one thing that Bukar would have thought of immediately when he heard it was the hat. There's not going to be more than one or two people in this entire city wearing a fancy hat like that. So he's that's kind of Bukar's plan, as he would explain to the group, is let's get nearby there, and then I'm going to try to sense like which direction it's at. Like, does it seem like it's in the warehouse? Because if so, all right, well, we need to go in here. If we get to the warehouse and all of a sudden, like, I get a feeling that it's behind us somewhere, it's like, okay, well, this might be, it's going to change the way that we enter this interaction, right? Like, actually looking for him in there versus maybe just going on another fact-finding mission.
Why? Why do you do this to me, Roll20? Why do you hate me?
Zach, I was helping Zach find his character sheet. It was missing. So, did you decide you wanted to go yet, or are you just discussing that right now?
I think we're still discussing. But yeah, so Bukar, yeah, he's really just interested in scouting. So getting nearby, getting within, like, I say we look for like a restaurant or a bar that's like really close, like directly across the street, and we just post up there for a minute and scout it out.
Everything Bukla just talked about was like how we approach the building. I completely agree. Yes.
Nice.
You know, man with the plan. I like this.
Absolutely.
I didn't expect this out of you, but I'm liking this side of you. Look at this.
Yeah, I've been known to dabble in strategy from time to time.
Yeah, you got some confidence about you. A little shaky, a little timid when I first met you, but you're blossoming.
You know what's helpful when I got this big lunk next to me?
Ooh.
Says looking at Rizzy. Yeah.
Yeah, it does. But I'm glad I look at him and Rizzy and I clasp you both. And I'm glad this city is making you blossom. It's a wonderful place. You may not stay here, but may it forever be in your memories. Let's go make some more, huh?
I don't know what she's been smoking, but like
I'll
we
be
should
right
take
back.
advantage of her good nature at this point and just enjoy it. No one call her on it.
Shut up and I'll pop you in the back of the head like I did earlier
There she
with
is.
Bukar
There she
when he
is.
mentioned the name.
Hey, look, it wore off.
I have that effect on women.
Yeah.
How do I get this to go to dark mode?
Your eyes burning?
Yes.
I'm looking at the local area. You have on the map near Candle Lane. D13 is the only restaurant. It's a tavern. Unless... No, the others are just warehouses or other businesses. There's a bookstore at D10. But that's kind of far down the road. Most of the other buildings there are actual residences. So they're just houses. It's the sort of thing Geo might probably already know just because he's familiar with Dock Ward. Not like he knows every street super well, but he's been through there before.
These ones I might have a shot at.
Yeah. Let's say as you embark, it is still raining. I believe I did not stop the rain. But you can see that there is a break in the rain coming. The clouds are getting lighter, and the rainstorm gets lighter. A little bit more sun peers through the clouds, but it is a It's going to be a cloudy and chilly and damp day. There's water running down the Way of the Dragon, which is that long street that is, at the corner of the Skewered Dragon. It's this one right here. Wow, I'm getting some serious Roll20 lag. I think it's because I...
Fantastic movie.
Do we all need to roll?
What'd you say, Zach?
So it's also a fantastic movie, Way of the Dragon.
Oh. I will have somebody... You know how in Chult I had somebody sort of take the guide roll and had them do survival checks to see how well they could move through the jungle? I'm thinking the same thing with either an underworld if you want to try to avoid cops and criminals, or some other form of knowledge or wisdom check.
Hold on, let me.
What is my wisdom check, Zach?
Most likely
Not great.
I'm more leaning towards insight.
I mean, I've
or
always-
wisdom.
I listen. If it comes to avoiding cops and other
I was about to-
things, not getting robbed, I'm fantastic. I'm your guy.
I like to make a hobby out of it, but this gentleman right here is the actual professional.
It
I
is
did a
my
little-
livelihood.
Like, I think it's a fun game, but this man has made an art out of it.
I did a little DM homework since last game, and I came up with a list of common things that show up and figured out if they'd be intelligence, wisdom, charisma, that sort of thing. So it'll be a little bit easier for me to make those judgment calls, and basically when it comes up, we'll just ask, do you think you'd be proficient in this skill? If so, add your proficiency modifier. That way we don't have to write in a whole bunch of skills, and it shouldn't happen all the time, but if we have a weird one where I'm like not sure what to do, I'm going to consult that. But let's have one of you take the lead, and whoever you want that to be, and do a check to see if you can avoid any sort of problems on your way to
I
Camp
got your
Lake.
back.
All right.
I
I'm right
have
behind
that.
you.
May I just provide assistance by flying Overwatch again?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Good call.
Very, very,
Cock
very.
die. 26.
Do I need to roll, Zach?
Nice.
No, you're good, buddy. That's a knowledge underworld to
okay.
navigate without like. Oh no, I know we can take this like listen. It says it's closed. It's not closed. We can get through. I know this way. I know a shortcut. I know a shortcut.
Duck down this little alleyway to avoid groups of people that look unsavory.
Right.
It's there's a lot of people in Waterdeep, so you do come across two drunkards that stumble out of a building into the road in front of you. One of them bumps into Geo in the process, and he turns and gives you a nasty look.
Can I make a sleight of hand check to rifle his pockets when he bumps into me?
Yes, he's also going to lay into you with insults.
All right. Whether or not me and Rizzy beat him down in the dark alley is going to be dependent upon what I find in his pockets. So I take it this will be a sleight of hand check.
Yeah.
This is a shakedown. This is a shakedown. Really says.
What kind of
He's
insults
always
are
ready.
these?
That is
What?
also a
What are you
26.
26. Okay. You managed to get a small key and 3 pieces of silver out of his pocket.
Nice.
Does he know? Does he know that?
So he does not
excellent.
know that he was pickpocketing them.
Pocket. Okay.
Excellent.
He does, however,
I'm just
decide
gonna...
Go
Just
for
that
it.
I asked.
He's gonna try to punch me?
It's unrelated to the sleight of hand.
Okay, that's over the line. Rizzy, step on this guy, and I'm gonna
We need to shake him.
just pick him up.
While this is happening, I'm going to try to close the door to whatever business he just came out of to try to keep other people from coming out in case he has backup.
Those spectacular instincts, my friend.
Does a dirty 20 hit? I would assume.
Me?
It would. Yeah.
Yes, it does.
Yeah, he.
God, I am no longer Gedlin.
Yeah.
He's apparently pretty well put
Exactly.
together.
He's just gonna shake the guy. Just a shakedown.
It always is. It always is. I'm gonna.
I love that Jake is making it a literal shakedown.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
You got
shake
more
him.
coins in there. I'll get him out of here.
Can I shake him?
Shake
I
that
wanna
loose
shake
change out of
him.
you.
So, Jake, that would be okay. So he hits me. How much damage does he do?
Does.
And we just pick him up and hit him with his club.
5 bludgeoning damage as he hits you in the face.
5 bludgeoning damage. Okay. All right. I'm going to immediately pop up and produce 2 knives. And say, now you and your friend will give us everything, or I will kill you and stuff you in a sewer. That was a substantial amount of my hit points that this drunken moron just claimed.
I would like you to roll initiative for the alley fight.
No. Can I step in front of him? Stop it. Get back. I push Geo back.
No, this man is either going to give me
No,
something
shut up,
worth
get
or
back.
I will murder him.
Go. Get back. And I'm going to pull out my scimitars. Like, get back.
You're going to need to make some sort of strength versus dexterity check if
Oh
you
my
think this guy's
God.
not going to get
Geo.
gutted like a fish.
I can do this.
Anyone else joining in the fight? Beatrice. It sounds like Beatrice is. Yeah. You're in an alley in the dock ward. Yes. It is. You know that if you were to make too much noise, it would draw attention up. Okay. Anyone else joining in? I've got Bukar, Moon, the Thug, Geo. You want to put your insignia. What do you mean? Oh, the guard one. That would be a free action. You could definitely do that. Did you want to be in the turn order, Liz? Oh. Well, I'm having everyone roll initiative. Liz, did you roll? I'm gonna put her as 1 for now. If she gets a higher number, I'll reorder it. Okay, so we got first Moon at the top of the initiative. Mm-hmm. Okay, I'd say south side of the alley, as this is a it runs north and south, and it's quite tight. So you can maybe stand 2 people next to each other, and that would cover the entire width of the alleyway. And it's considerably longer. Okay, yep. Mr. Perceptive. I think it'd be very reasonable for you to actively perceive and as a reaction, like yell cops or something like that. I think that would be reasonable. Gotcha. Okay. Very good. We'll move to Rizzy now. Okay. He's got a club out. Oh, they both pulled clubs once they saw your weapons come out. Okay. 9 to hit will definitely miss. Not this time. That one misses. All right. Next one's Geo. Well, usually. Uh-huh. This is a consequence to your attempt to rob him, which actually he didn't notice, but he didn't like your face anyway. Because you got closer to him to rob him. Yeah. That looks like a 15 to me. It's in the chat. It did. Just a moment ago. It rolled a 15 in the chat. Yeah. You do. Okay, he goes down dead, bleeding out in the street. The other guy drops his weapon, disengages, and screams. Murder. So he can't run because it's not his turn, but he definitely does that. I guess he can't disengage. I'll drop the disengage part. But he drops his weapon and yells murder. Yes, it is. Having a little. We're having some before I answer that, we're having some audio issues where you're cutting out for a second or two and then you come back. So you are next to a wall. There's enough space in this long alleyway that two people could stand next to each other. But that's it. There would be no more space. Does that make sense? Oh, so much better. Okay. Make an athletics check on that one. Okay. So you don't. I'll still take an athletics check, or did you roll it already? 11. Okay. Let me see what he gets for dexterity. No, he squeezes out of your attempt to push him up against the wall. Let's see. We could probably drop initiative since he has already dropped his weapon. Sure. Okay. Moon sees something. Okay, you hear a light whoosh in the air as wings are flapping, and over the rooftops you see a griffin with a man riding bareback on the griffin. He's carrying a lance, and he starts to descend down into the alleyway. I'll need some stealth checks from everybody. Are you... Yeah, go ahead, Aaron. You can cast guidance if you'd like. Yeah, you would... You can touch one willing creature to give guidance. Okay. Who ran? I know Moon ran. Okay. What are your stealth checks to get out of there? You're good. You're also okay, just barely. Okay. The rest of you are staying put? Like Rizzy's staying put? Or is Rizzy running? Okay. Alright. That's what I wanted. I have to get out my copy of Code Legal now. Halt! Stand fast. You are commanded by the cavalry rider who bears a... Let's see here. Gotta double check real quick. Can't remember if he's watch or guard. I think he might be guard, actually. There is a difference. It's important for me to know. Okay. Okay, so you let's have a skill. Let's do a history check from anybody who wants to for information that you would know about the Griffin Cavalry of Waterdeep. Waterdavian? Yes. Yep. Waterdavian. History. Yeah, I'd be fine with that, yeah. Okay. Sounds good. Do you remember how Eli always called it an unnatural 20? That's right. Yeah, it's only... I mean, I forget to tell people this. It's definitely house rules to use natural 20s for things outside of combat, but I do it that way because I think it's more fun. A little more challenging sometimes. Alright, well, I wasn't expecting to use Code Legal tonight. Crimes in the city. So you have 6 seconds to do whatever you want to influence how this guard will react to you. You know that the Griffin Cavalry are occasionally patrolling overhead. They don't always patrol every area of the city. This guy was probably alerted by the scream of murder, which would have been easy for him to detect. And that the punishment for murder is extremely severe. Yes, it is. You're looking up Code Legal, aren't you? Oh. Correct. You're allowed to, under certain circumstances, yes. Yeah.
See, I have been attacked viciously. One more blow from them, and it would have laid me low. I am, and he's gonna reach in and pull like a necklace out that has like a medallion. I am a member of House Langdalen, here on personal business, where I was accosted by these slobs. My personal security, and I will gesture to Rizzy, attempted to intervene, but I was forced to defend myself in a singular, fortunately lucky blow, and resulted in the death of this scoundrel.
Wow, that was a lot. I didn't want to interrupt you, but you didn't do a skill check to hide your weapon.
No, I didn't hide my weapon. Like, I have a knife. I'm allowed to carry a knife. Like...
So you used your knife. Okay. I thought you were using something bigger than a knife. Okay.
No, I specifically said I don't have my rapier. I only have my knife and my hand crossbow.
Okay.
Which is in pieces. It was disassembled. Yeah, I just like... I just have this knife on my belt to, to defend my person from situations precisely like this.
Who else might have a weapon out?
I mean, Rizzy has his
Rizzy.
walking stick.
I think a deception check for his walking stick being a walking stick and not a weapon would be appropriate.
Okay, so 5, Zach?
Oh no, this is going to be the one below that.
The 4?
The
Right.
-1. The negative 1.
Okay.
For a
19.
natural 20. For a natural
Wow.
20.
That's nuts. That's crazy.
You're just determined to have no consequences from this.
Well,
Yeah.
let's see how he does. Okay. As far as he's concerned, that's a walking stick. Who's left? Bukhar's still there, right? Yeah, Bukhar's there. Okay.
Yep.
Did you want to do anything in particular before he responds?
Nope. I am just being silent. I am standing off to the side as a bystander who literally did nothing.
Okay. Okay. I need a very difficult persuasion check from Geo for the story he just gave.
Even if everything I said was technically true, I was here on personal business. I was accosted. I didn't throw the first hit. It was a single blow, and the person who protects me did try to intervene first in a non-lethal capacity.
That's why
He
it's
did
not
try
deception.
to grab him.
That's why it's not deception.
Okay. Can I get advantage for actually being correct?
Don't think it works that
Your
way.
audience won't remind
Okay.
you.
Okay, I was saying, cause like this, from my understanding, I did everything that I did was technically legal, except for the
Yeah.
part where I tried to extort him. But we're not talking about that. That was left out. Or burglar him. Nobody knows about that.
Your DM does.
That will be a 19. That will be a 19 on my persuasion check. It's okay, my backup character's a monk. We got this.
I would say, how do I describe that outcome? That is a minimal success, I think, is how I would describe it. He says, what would he say? Drop your weapons. I am taking you into custody. You are not arrested, merely being detained.
Absolutely. I'll take my dagger out and I'll hand it to him, handle first. I completely, sir. As a member of nobility, I have full faith in the law.
Does Rizzy have to give him his hammer up?
He does not believe that your mace, or excuse me, that your thing is a maul, so he's not expecting that of you. He just issues you and Bukhar a command to step back about 10 paces and leave this to the guard, at which point he pulls out a horn from a pouch on his belt and he blows it. It's a little bit high-pitched sounding for a horn. It's not like your battle horn or anything like that. It's just to alert other city guard. And within about a minute, a mix of city watch and city guard start coming down the alleyway towards Geo and the Griffin Cavalry. At which point they start investigating the dead body and start looking for the other guy who yelled murder and ran away and is not there anymore.
Right. Because him and his compatriot, they attacked me. First they shoved my person, and then assaulted me. Look at my condition.
This,
I'm still like very much playing the like outrage. Like I'm there. I've given up my weapon. I'm doing everything that I'm supposed to be doing.
So an officer starts taking your side of the story and then starts questioning Bukhar and Rizzy about what happened. What happened here? We'll start with Rizzy.
So my buddy here got slashed in the was it?
I got
Are you saying
punched
he
in the
was
face.
attacked?
He got attacked. So I was helping him out. I was grabbing him and shaking him.
You were trying to grab him. You were trying to grab him.
I was trying to grab him, and
Then they
stop him.
produced weapons.
They produced weapons.
We'll need a deception check for Rizzy.
Okay. So is that a 1, Zach?
Technically, everything he said was true.
So the
No,
one.
because he attacked with the maul. He didn't try to grab.
Oh, I thought he tried to grab him.
Yes,
You're
I
right.
did.
He made a weapon attack with the maul.
Oh, okay.
So the 1, Zach.
Yeah, the -1.
Okay.
That's a
14.
4. That's a 4.
That's a 4.
4.
Interesting. Yes, please continue.
So what I was trying to do, he produced a weapon, so I produced my weapon,
Mm-hmm.
and then
What was your
You
weapon?
would- a maul. What? So what is a walking stick or something? So I
Oh.
produced my walking stick.
Your quarterstaff
And-
here, and he gestures towards your maul.
Yes,
I see.
and we told him to back up and go the other way, but he didn't, you know.
All right. Yes. Thank you for filling us in on the details. You, sir, and he walks over to the druid. I would like to hear your account of this.
Ah, geez. Well, everything just happened so fast. It's I can barely keep it all straight. But all I know is the guy that you see there bleeding dead, he started it. Okay, and then my buddy over here, this guy, I don't know him that well, but we're friends. He's friendly. Known him for a little bit. He, took one swipe at him, and all of a sudden the guy's down. But he got popped pretty hard himself first, and like I said, it happened so fast I didn't even have a second to do anything.
I see. And what started the incident?
I don't know. The guy came out of the bar. He was all drunk. He's a stumbling idiot. Smell his breath. See how drunk the guy was. He came in and he just, came flying out of the bar. I don't know.
Orders a guy
But
to
he
go
was
do
clearly-
that.
Yeah, he was clearly not in his right mind. You understand?
I see. Persuasion check. You didn't deceive him. There were no lies.
Okay. With my -1 persuasion,
Oh,
I almost got a 0. Ooh, 16. All right, I'll take it.
I'm loving this low charisma group that's getting really high charisma rolls.
Yup.
Yeah.
The dice god love us.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. Yes, you seem like a forthright individual. Well, seeing as my officer here has confirmed that there was alcohol on his breath, I am I will consider your details. We are going to ask if you and this other gentleman, he referring to Rizzy, will accompany us to the station along with Geo, and he has taken Geo's name at this point. He knows who Geo is.
Geo has given him the name Derlim Langolin.
Okay. Derlim Langolin?
Yes.
Okay, well,
Derlim
along with
Langolin.
Derlim Langolin here, yes, no more citizens are allowed at the scene of the crime until it has been fully investigated. And he ushers you down the alleyway out into the main street, and you walk probably about 200 meters or so to a large, very official-looking building in the just on the edge of the dock ward, kind of bordering the trade ward, in a more brightly lit area of town. It looks like a police station if it were in medieval times. Takes you into the first level of this building. Before I continue, what do the other not present or secretive players want to do in this moment?
Sorry, guys.
I want to follow secretively behind.
Well,
Okay.
before you do that, like, I would have waited for them to kind of like start going,
Oh yeah.
and then like I would have caught up with you and been like, what the hell?
Okay, I guess I see you because like I am in like the eaves and like inside like the holes of these old ass buildings, and so I see you and I pop out. Yeah, we catch up to each other, and we're like we'll explain when we get there. We just gotta make sure we stay on them. Let's go. And then do I need?
But there's like a
okay.
job we gotta like go do.
But I
Like,
know, but we need him too. Promise. Like, just come with me. Come with me.
oh my god, we're going in the wrong direction.
How do I get him to follow? We gotta follow the.
I follow you, but I'm very like put out about
Yeah.
it.
Oh, I expect you to be right. I'm ignoring you. I know. We'll bitch it out when we get there. It's okay. Let's go.
Like he definitely did that. You have no idea how hard it was for me to not like fly in and be like, he's lying.
No, I'm aware. Yeah. You should meet Christopher.
What does
I don't
Christopher have
know
to
him
do with
well,
anything?
but-
Why are we hanging out with this guy?
It's all good
He's
questions.
smart. He's wicked smart. My friend's wicked smart.
You broke
funny.
yourself. That was funny.
So, contextual, logistical thing that we didn't cover in the moment of the sleight of hand check because I was only considering the drunkards. Would anyone else have noticed with their passive perception? Does anyone remember what that roll was that he made?
It was quite high. No.
Okay.
The roll that
Yeah.
I made,
That was
Yeah, I can't remember what it was.
it was
a
26.
15.
Oh, okay. So
No, it
probably
was
so nobody for sure
Okay.
because your passive can't be that high.
And Dan, as soon as he said cops, I would have like dropped the guy's like key that I had also picked off him.
Oh yeah.
I would
Okay.
divest myself of any like you can't prove like once his 3 silver goes into my bag, he can't prove that it wasn't
Right.
yeah. But the house key, yeah, I mean let's like toss once he's dead, this buddy ran out, I just throw it on the ground near him.
That is quite reasonable, especially if somebody like you who's been a burglar and thief and all that for a long time.
Beatrice, do we just like wait for this to play out, or is this just turned into like a we gotta break him out kind of session?
I mean, oh no! I stopped dead in the tracks because I think are we close enough to keep like I know where he's going, right? I know where they're taking him.
Well, we're in the main street, like they're like that way.
But
Yeah.
but Dan, do I know where they're taking him? I don't have to actually follow this thing.
You probably know. I mean, this is the dock ward. I don't know how much time you spend in the dock ward. I don't remember.
But like obviously they're taking him to a county jailhouse, right? Like
Essentially,
Police substation, yeah, like
yeah,
Nearest
so I
station.
would know where to go to get to a guy picked up in this area.
yes.
Coming
Yes,
from a
you would.
city, I would. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So I stopped. Like, right, we don't have to follow him. Listen, I don't want to go into this. Where's the other dude? Where is the big guy, Rizzy? Yes, he's my friend Rizzy. And Buku, Bibbidi Bobbidi Boo. Where is he? Bukar.
Like I said, they're that way.
Okay. Look, they got Geo. Let's go back and get the other two. Let's go. Look, I'm not going into anywhere right now trying to break anybody out. Now, if we need to, we can. We
I guess
can.
that's a good question. I
I'm
assumed
not
you guys
saying
were
that we
traveling
need to
together.
go in guns a-blazing anywhere, though. Let's go get Buka. Let's go get Rizzy. Let's breathe.
That's actually a good question. I just assumed you guys are traveling as witnesses to the jailhouse or whatever. Are you not with Geo?
Oh, I was just gonna go pay bail.
Well, I'm just saying, is the other two not like going
I think
taken with?
I think we're cooperating with the investigation for the most part. Honestly, I don't know how much my character would know about his rights to like refuse to comply with an investigation.
Yeah,
and like what that might
I
get.
don't think you have any. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. So with that being the case, he's going to comply with the investigation. He's just going along for the ride.
I need a moment.
Right.
I misplaced something I need, so talk amongst yourselves.
Because like, if we still got
Okay,
Rizzy
so
and
sorry.
Bukar,
I get back.
I'm just saying, if we
Y'all
still have
were-
Rizzy and Bukar, like,
Yeah.
I
can
say we
absolutely
We don't
go
need to
ahead
do
with the
that.
investigation.
Right.
Yeah.
You don't have us though. You might get us back faster than you get Geo back, but we are in custody.
Okay,
right
so
now.
they took y'all too. Then.
That's true, D.
Okay, everyone's in custody. Okay, so we at least need to get Bukar and Rizzy back. Gio could probably stay there. He does better in prison. That's the problem. He's a good guy. He's not bad people. But if you want him to act right, he's got to have structure like that, you know? And it's
I look
unfortunate,
Beatrice-
but it is what it is.
I look you dead in the eye and I just go, yes, he is.
Yes, he is. He's better locked up.
Oh, friends like y'all, who needs enemies?
I'm sure I'll come around to my senses by the time we get to the jailhouse, and I'm walking at this point. I'm not
Friends,
like doing, you know, regular runs or
associates
anything.
at best.
Ninja running.
Minor
Do you want to get lunch real quick? Should we get a sherry in the middle of the day? Should we get an espresso before we go get him out of jail? Like,
I mean, I don't think it's that late in the
Look,
day, but I could use a pastry.
oh, let's do it. Okay, let's go get a little cinnamon roll. I love this one pastry shop. No, we're in the dock wood.
I don't
We'll
use
find
good pastry
something.
shops in the dock ward. You might get Mrs. Lovett's meat pies, but that's about it.
Is there a good 7-Eleven somewhere we can at least get a Hostess? Every good ghetto has a 7-Eleven.
There's a bakery across the road.
Okay.
Is there a
Let's go. They
bakery
look
across the
decent.
road
Let's
from
go
the
get
guard
something.
substation? Is that why they put the substation there?
Is there
Offici-
donut
as of now,
frosting
yes.
free?
Yeah, as of now, yes.
When my friends went to actually bail me out the night I got arrested, the bail bondsman said, "Well, listen here. Like, I'm at dinner with my wife, wife and grandson. It's shift change, so they ain't gonna do anything for about 2 hours anyway. I'll call you back." Because it wasn't gonna move fast, whether he canceled dinner or not.
Right.
So I've been in this situation. We got time to go get a donut. Or
That's
two.
right.
Okay,
What are you
they
putting that maniacally in the camera for? You're just like, look.
so
Being all
they,
weird about
they
it.
get you to the office, and they put you into a room with two officers. What was the? It's not Geo. It's Langolin.
Derlim Langolin.
Derlim Langolin. Okay, so you are alone in a room with two officers. Rizzy is alone in a room. Bukar is alone in a room.
It's not going to go well.
it's
Prisoners devour.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Officer 1 steps up to Derlim, and he introduces himself as Nathan. He says, "We're here to investigate your case. My name is Nathan, and this is my associate Simeon."
Good day, sir. There is one point of order that you should probably know. As you can imagine, a person such as myself is at fairly high risk in the dock ward. So when I have business there, I go under a pseudonym of Giacomo, very colorful, so as to not tip off the local rabble that I might have more than a few coppers in my pocket.
Understood. But your true name is Derlim Langolin.
That is correct, sir. Yes.
Yes.
Would it be possible to get like an ice pack or something? I was rather savagely attacked by that mongrel.
Yes, Simeon, make sure that somebody's alerted to his condition. Let's get it taken care of. Simeon leaves the room, and he's gone for a few minutes. But during that time, the two of you talk. Nathan starts asking you questions. So, what were you doing in the alley?
Well, we were traversing. We were crossing through. Got a little turned around. I think tried to take a shortcut. Don't know how much of a shortcut it actually turned out to be. We've been looking into a matter for an acquaintance, relatively new acquaintance, Master Volo, published author. I'm sure you've heard of him. He recently had a well-to-do friend go missing, and having some familiarity with the Dark Ward, as well as some fairly what I had thought to be fairly competent and capable companions. We offered to help him try to find his friend, a Mr. Flume, who we have been looking for. We've been asking around about.
He's taking notes as you dictate all this to him. Yes, Volo, I am familiar with him. Floon, not so much.
I've not met the man myself either.
Yes. Okay, so this brought you to the alleyway for what reason?
We were traversing. We were trying to get to another location. We were following a tip from a local barkeep that believed he had seen Floon head in a certain direction, and so we were trying to make a guess at where he might have been going. We were headed that direction, looking for possible clues. Quite frankly, I expected to find the man, perhaps beaten, much like myself, in an alley somewhere along the way. He's been missing for a bit. I was hoping for the best, but fearing the worst. And so we were trying to make time, but also perhaps take a route that might have appealed to a someone in an inebriated state. Apparently, we were on the right track because those two drunken mongrels bashed into me.
Yes, absolutely. Tragic. His injuries were fatal. Now, before I get to that matter, where was your destination?
I'm trying to Zach is trying to remember. We were headed to, there was we knew the location. The Zentarum warehouse, but there was a nearby location, a nearby public space that we were checking out, right?
There was a restaurant nearby.
Yeah, a restaurant.
We had talked about getting there first.
Yeah, going to the restaurant. So I will just say that we were headed to this restaurant. We thought that maybe that he might have headed that direction, or that maybe if he had been kidnapped or held for ransom of some type, that they might have taken him to that area. There's many warehouses there, shady people and all. Perhaps I got a little big for my britches, thinking I could handle this, but did want to help out a friend, especially a distinguished gentleman like Volo, published author,
Yes, we will be bringing him in for questioning as well, see what he knows on this subject. We take murder very seriously, though not accusing you of it, it is always a likelihood.
Yes. Of course, I completely understand, my good sir. Rule of law and all that. Yes, absolutely.
Simeon arrives with a shorter young woman who casts cure wounds on you and just makes the wound go away.
Nice.
So that you're healed.
How many hit points do I get?
6.
Wait, what happened? Where did my character sheet go?
You killed Geo.
Gio's dead, guys.
I didn't even have to do it. It wasn't me. All right. While I think on that, let's go to Rizzy. You are in a room alone. There is a single door, and you're seated at a table. What do you think? Is there anything you want to do?
Sit down. Can I sit down?
You can sit down. Why don't we have you do a perception check?
Okay. So is that one, Zach? Or
Your perception actually, your perception is +0. So
zero?
yeah,
Roll.
yep, that one. Natural 20. What a waste of a 20. Oh my gosh.
That's so many 20s. Oh, last night's game was full of them too. Wow. You warmed up your dice pretty well today.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Well, considering you got a 20, you hear a mumbling through a wall next to you. It's difficult to make out the words, but you can tell that Geo is in that room. And then you hear footsteps down the hall as a man enters your room, closes the door, and sits down, and he says, "Thank you for coming, Rizzy. We just have some follow-up questions for you about the incident. Do you know what started the brawl?"
So we asked the guy to step aside, and he wouldn't, listen. So I had to draw my weapon. If that makes sense.
No,
it does make sense.
Oh, buddy, Jake. Remember, salient points. He bumped into me. He bumped into Geo.
He bumped into Geo and
then he, Geo said something. Then he attacked Geo. And then you attempted to intervene.
And I attempted to intervene. And then it was a full-on brawl.
I see. And did it not occur to Derlim that he incapacitate and not kill?
Yes.
Okay. Were his intentions made clear to you?
Yes.
I see. I think I'm gonna go with a persuasion, not deception check for that one.
Okay. For me,
it's not exactly lying. It's not true.
You need a -1. Any of the negative ones.
Okay.
Yep, that'll work. 6. Ooh.
6.
I see. Well, thank you, Rizzy. I will potentially be back with more questions. If not, we will make sure that you are on your way here soon.
Okay.
He leaves the room, and then the same man, but Bukar wouldn't know this, comes into Bukar's room, and he greets him. Thank you for coming, Bukar. We just have some follow-up questions for you about the incident. Now, I know you've already told one of the other officers. What started the brawl again?
I mean, this guy was drunk. He came staggering out of the tavern and just was all over the place. And he bumps into my buddy there, and tries to. He did everything in his power to try to keep him upright and keep him from causing a scene. And then all of a sudden, the guy's swinging on him. So he acted in what I would call self-defense to try to subdue the man. May have come on a little bit strong, but in the heat of the moment, he had taken a pretty nasty shot to the face. So who's to say he could even see what he was doing at the time?
So, follow-up question: did the drunkard initially hit with the club, or was that, or was it not initiated with weapons drawn?
Aaron doesn't remember.
The true answer is no.
Perfectly valid
It
response.
started with a
Yeah.
fist. Started with a fist.
Okay.
You could say you don't remember. That's fair.
Since I didn't actually remember, I think that Bukhar may not have remembered as well. It's like
Okay.
I honestly I
Yeah.
don't remember. I just remember the guy staggering out, and his back was kind of towards me. I don't remember exactly what happened, but all I know is he was the instigator. That's all I can tell you for sure.
I see. Did you notice at any point that Derlin did he ever try to de-escalate or disengage from the individual? Did you ever see that?
The first thing I saw was a punch to the face, and from that point, it was bam, bam. The other dude hits the ground. I didn't even have time to do anything. I didn't even have a second to get up there and say something. Like, it was within milliseconds. It was bam, bam, and the guy's down, and he was dead. It was crazy.
Well, thank you very much once again for your answers. If I have any more questions, I will come back, but rest assured, shortly we will send you on your way. Thank you for your cooperation.
Yeah, you're very welcome. Can I get a glass of water or something?
Yeah.
Me too.
I'll send somebody in with some nourishment for you. It's about lunchtime. I imagine you're hungry.
Yeah, very much so.
Okay.
Be sure to throw everything out on your way out. Throw everything away, dispose of it properly when you walk.
Get your fingerprints taken. Yeah.
All right. Let's take
All over the
5.
place.
Let's take 5. And
Sorry, Dan.
I am loving this.
I did not I honestly did not expect him to go down in one hit. I was like, so
This is it's challenging to know exactly what to do, but I have watched a lot of criminal interrogations in my life. I find them fascinating, so it feels like I'm playing a detective right now, which is really fun.
Nice.
I'm gonna go get some of the drinks, Zach. I'll be right back.
all right, sounds good.
Okay.
Oh.
What?
Oh, I gotta stop yawning. It's too early for that.
Oh, good lord. I can't. I'm having the worst time. I can't even get into my the tabletop or my character sheet or anything right now.
In Roll20 or
Is it like
D&D
internet
Beyond?
or website issues?
So it's real weird. I can get in if I use incognito browser. That's what I was doing, but then something happened to my character sheet, and
I know what's wrong.
Oh yeah.
Go to your normal browser that you use and find the setting area. What you need to clear your cache and restart the browser.
Yeah, clear your cookies. Yep.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know what's wrong, but I know what the solution is. And it's exactly what Dan said.
It's turning it off and on again, but in this case, you want to erase some stuff before you do that.
Yeah.
Cookies and other site data.
Weird.
But it lets you in an incognito mode?
Well, let me try again.
You did try restarting the browser as well? Like closing it?
I completely closed everything out.
Okay. What browser are you using?
Chrome.
Okay. Chrome
This is the browser I use for everything. It'll let me in an incognito mode.
I can further help you troubleshoot it after game sometime this week if you'd like.
Let me I was still having trouble actually getting into my character sheet, even though it would let me in. Give me a second here.
It is very likely, I would say, since that didn't fix it, it's very likely that Roll20 is having issues on their side, and that we can't do anything about it.
That tracks.
And
already,
it could be a minor service outage on like one of their servers or something, and it's impacting you because you're in a different region than we are.
That tracks. I'm good. I'm into my character sheet now.
Okay. Good. All right. Wow. So.
I'm gonna drink water.
Yes. I'm gonna. Zach, go ahead. Go ahead and get your water. I'll start with Jared and Liz as they are at the bakery. Maybe figuring out something. I don't know. I just want to toss it to them and see what they come up with.
I forgot. I didn't realize or I had forgotten that son of a gun had that disguise self spell. Is that what he used to play nobility? I was getting to, yeah. What did he do?
So he gave an alias when he was taken in, and he gave Derlim Langolin as his alias, not.
Oh, okay. So you did use the spell like this guy's self. Okay, sorry, my bad.
Yes, he told the officer a different name than his name.
Oh yeah, we had gotten all those new digs. That's why he didn't look rough. That's right. He's a slick son of a gun, man. So I think we should just go in there and see if there's any kind of bail. They're probably letting the other two. They're probably gonna let them all go. So like, I don't think there's any reason to like break in or even like spend money or anything like that.
Don't spend money on those losers.
I'll just
not if they're gonna let you go anyways. No.
Stay out here then, I guess.
We'll buy them donuts, right?
No.
Okay. So what I would ask for is I'll either do there are two kinds of things that I'm glad I have this list because this is really applying tonight. So this could fall under the area of civics and society. And so I have decided that civics is an intelligence-based skill and that society is a wisdom-based skill. And Beatrice, being a member of Waterdeep, is going to be more proficient in this than Moon is, just because she's been here longer. But that's not stopping Moon from doing the checks if he wants to. The only thing I'm not sure about on whether or not Beatrice would be proficient in either of these is what is her main gig that she's been doing? It's bodyguard, right? Bodyguarding?
Well, okay, so my family runs security details for, like, stuff. I've been dabbling in a bit of bodyguard. It's good money. It's good money. I've been dabbling in it a little bit. My family doesn't know. I'm trying to keep it on the down low.
Then I've
done some small talk.
I would say that's enough for you to be proficient in civics, which it would be an intelligence roll. So roll your intelligence and add your proficiency modifier as well when you're rolling.
Okay. Oh, sorry.
Which I think is what? Is it just... It's still +2 at this level.
Where does it show? I'm in features and traits. Hold on.
So, what is your intelligence?
Oh, proficiency bonus +2. Okay, Intelligence. A 9 plus 1 is a 10.
Okay. I suppose you
Wait,
suppose.
what are you talking about? I rolled on D&D Beyond, and it was a 6, and then I added 2 for my proficiency bonus, and that's where I got the 8 from.
Oh, that's what that was. I was wondering what your base stat for intelligence was. Sorry.
Yeah, it's not great. It's a 10, so it's plus 0.
Oh, okay. Well, okay. In that case, either of those rolls would get you the same result. So, sorry about that. I misunderstood.
I mean, shoot, I'll take whatever the highest one was.
That'd be that first one, I think. So.
Okay, 8.
Mm-hmm. You suppose that if you were nobility, you might be able to swing for Geo's release with money. But there is no such thing as bond.
As what?
There is no such thing as bond.
Or bail?
No, there's no bail at this time. It does not exist in this world.
Okay.
As a matter of fact,
I turned the moon. Hold on, I want to write this on my poll real quick. What did he say his little fancy pants name was? Did you hear him?
I was like on the other, like down the street. I didn't hear
Dingleberry Nobleman. Okay, I'm gonna go see if I can't. I'm gonna put my insignia back on my little lapel thing. I look all cute, my little brooch. I'm gonna shine my scimitars up a little bit. I'm gonna walk in there. I'm gonna see if I can't talk to somebody. I have a few gold on me.
Good luck. And I turn back to my game of solitaire I'm playing.
Okay.
Hey, don't go anywhere. Don't go anywhere. Look at me in the eyes. Look away from solitaire.
Completely ignore.
Okay, don't go anywhere. Meet me right here when I leave. Be here when I get out. Be here. All right. And I walk into the precinct.
Okay, immediately in front of you.
Is it a cute young trainee, or is it an old washed up hag? The front desk.
So it's different than you as Liz would expect. It's not like a police station that you've ever seen. It's clean and it's well kept, but there is nobody at a front desk. There is no front desk. There are guards standing in there, and they are holding weapons, and they ask you what your business is. Hold fast.
Hey,
state your business.
I'm here. I'm here for pickup.
We are not releasing anybody at this time.
Picked up. No, listen. Y'all picked up somebody earlier. I need to at least speak with him. But look, I'm on official business here, okay? I don't know what the deal is. My dad tells me to come down here. You know him. Give me a regal Italian sounding name.
Giovanni.
Giovanni DeLuca. Was my dad.
I haven't seen a tabaxi like you in a very long time.
His name's Anthony. Anthony DeLuca.
Haven't seen a tabaxi like you in a long time. Stay there. And he turns down the hall, and another guard stays there watching you. He doesn't respond to anything you say.
Okay. Well, I guess I'm talking to you then. All right, listen to me. When I tell you, what am I supposed to go back? He sent me all the way down here. Anthony DeLuca for House Erlingstar sent me down here to get some guy that's visiting the family. It starts with a D. Fancy Pants name. I really don't remember. I don't know if Beatrice would either.
Okay, so
I love that
this
it is
great.
Most likely going to be Gio's compatriots that get him hung for murder.
Well, I'm trying not to. I have my insignia on.
Terrible
I
job.
don't know the backstory of of this guy. I was told to come down here and take him up.
Oh my god!
And,
Just
Disadvantage
Who would I
persuasion check
talk to?
or deception check.
I've never seen her in my life. Don't know who she is. Don't mess with that. Complete
A
denial.
noble family.
I think she was working with them.
Who do I coordinate with? I'm not upset. Just who do I coordinate with?
Disadvantage persuasion or deception check. Your choice.
Wait, you said disadvantage? I'm so confused right now, man. Like, I don't...
Yeah. Extenuating details that you have given that are not lining up. Like, you know my father, and you're a tabaxi.
No, right. What am I confused with? I said it's of House Erlingstar. The security company that worked for House Erlingstar sent me down here.
Right, but you
said if
just...
there was no blue, I don't...
Yeah, no, it's mainly he is very resistant to your tale. Not your literal tale, but your story. So it's going to be challenging to convince him. I can't.
Nobody trusts a cat with a perm.
Okay, no, it's cool. I'll go back and tell Lord Erlingstar that you didn't want to do business. It's fine. You can leave his guest sitting in here to rot. I don't care either way.
You do that.
Oh my god.
Okay, so jumping back to Zach, you hear a... maybe that didn't come through. There's a knocking sound that on the door.
Well, thank you for the healer. That was much appreciated.
Yes. He turns and Nathan opens the door and Simeon comes back in. All right, Gio. Here's the story. We know you're lying. And you are guilty of slaying this man. Soon to be identified, currently unknown. We do have additional information from another witness that corroborates the information we already have. So, firstly, you are going to be fined 10,000 silver shards, which I do not suppose you actually have, so we will take everything you have on you now.
Oh, hold up one moment. First off, sir, I believe I told you Giacomo is a pseudonym, nem de plume, that I use when I'm in the dock ward to not look to blend in. Also, I would ask that you contact. Hang on one second. Sorry.
Last ditch effort. I'm trying to keep my DM knowledge out of it, but you definitely left a witness on the street who saw everything that happened. So.
Who? The guy that ran away?
I mean, we didn't sweep the street for witnesses.
You
so
do not know
been...
who the witnesses are.
Yeah.
That's fair.
I mean, there could have been people in the bar poking their heads out through the window too. You know, there's all manner of witnesses that could have been there.
How murder usually works.
Yeah, that is typically how murder works.
Yeah.
I would say contact Francis Proudfoot, the head butler of House Langdalen. I would ask that you not disturb my grandmother, the Lady Langdalen, over this. She's a quite busy person. But speak with Francis Proudfoot. I can assure you that he will come down and identify my person as Derlim Langland. Assuredly, there's assuredly. I am confident.
You misunderstand. The order comes from the Magister himself.
Okay, I'll roll a new character.
So basically what happens here, and this is not very satisfying for Zach potentially, you could try to walk it back with a confession. But in this city, and I did post this before we started the game, if you were to kill somebody in cold blood, and it was not necessary that you kill them, the payment for that, the punishment for that is death.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's no getting around it. I can't bend the rules. If I do,
It's fair. It's fair. It's
if
okay.
I do, I'm inconsistent. So
No, that's no worries. It's all good.
So what I would suggest is I quick call Zach and chat with him for a moment about an idea I have, and I'll be right back. Does that work?
Yep.
Throw
Okay.
the book at him. No
Zach,
mercy.
I'll call you here.
yeah, that's okay.
Okay, where are you in my list? There you are. I didn't mean for it to go this way, but I'm enjoying this.
It's okay. I honestly I figured if this guy's throwing down 5 damage on a fisticuffs hit, he's got to be a tank, right? I was just like, show him I'm not somebody to be messed with, and then be like, oh, let's back off. No, you're good. Don't worry about it. It just went down that way. It just went down that way. So we have a couple of options. One, this character I do not actually need to roll a new character, because as I said, they don't know that there's 2 people who act as each other. So I was hoping to reveal. I was not expecting to have to pull out my noble trump card on session 2.
That's what I was going to suggest.
Other stuff I wanted to do, but yeah, I guess so. I'll retire the greedy Giacomo and go with the adventure-seeking scallywag rogue Darlim's character.
Now, is he going to take Gio's name? Should I start referring to him as Derlim instead? What do you think?
So here's my question. If Gio dies, right? If Gio gets hung, how public is that? Would he so then if Derlim is can Derlim run around using Gio's name without it causing a major situation, or would he need to because obviously he does not want to run around using his own real name.
Ooh, that's a good thing I had not yet thought of. So considering that it was a death in the dock ward, probably not a very public hanging. So I wouldn't be concerned about the entire city talking about how some guy named Gio killed what's his face. That's
would
not
it just
really
be some associates might be I heard you were dead.
Yeah, which might be interesting.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't be concerned about it other than law enforcement, of course,
yes.
And maybe some of the nobility. So if you were speaking with nobility, you might have to be careful, because if you mentioned your Gio's last name and call yourself him, they would, unless you're gonna pretend like Gio never died and Derlim goes and just Derlim's just Gio now for the whole family. I think I would be concerned about talking about nobility.
So Gio doesn't have anybody. Gio's only people are Rizzy and Aunt Marge.
That's right. I got it.
Outside of that, he doesn't. Right. Yeah. Outside of that, he doesn't really have people. It very well could be that Giacomo it isn't, but it very well could be that actually was his street name that this noble was running around using.
Gotcha. Okay, then no problem at all. That would work.
Okay.
so few people would know about it that it wouldn't. They would just think it was another guy named Geo for some reason. I mean, there's thousands of people in this city. They're not going to notice.
Right, I figure like one dock rat getting, executed in a cold dark cell somewhere, probably wouldn't matter.
Yes. Do you think it's too overboard? Should I not describe the execution, or should I? What do you think?
That might be a little dark. I would just say that like I would just like maybe release Baudelaire and Ricky and say that Rizzy and say that just like your friend has been found guilty of the crime of murder, and will be killed in and has been found guilty of the crime of murder, which carries the death sentence, and then leave it at that, and then like next session or something, like would it be reasonable that like Derlim could get to Geo like before he dies to like get the story, or
like maybe visit? It might draw
could he like visit him or something?
Yeah, he could visit. Geo would be under watch though, so there would be nothing else he could do other than talk to Geo. Traditionally, these sorts of criminals were allowed to live about 3 days, and they were not treated well leading up to the execution. And then the execution was usually pretty popular, but since you're from a pretty unpopular side of town, people wouldn't even care. There's so many criminals in the dock ward anyway.
Yeah, if you don't mind kind of breaking continuity a little bit and just like having him quietly killed, like the street rat that he legitimately is, like that would help with like him being like two people.
I'm cool with that. We can do that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I appreciate it.
All right.
Let's do this thing.
Let's do this.
I don't have any because I'm friggin' ranger.
All right, we return. Okay, Bukhar and Rizzy, in succession, the same guy who came and questioned you earlier comes to your door, opens it, and says, "You're free to leave." The two of you meet in the hall, and Geo is not in the hall with you.
Okay, can I shake the guy's hand and say thank you?
He shakes it. He's thank you for the information.
You're welcome.
It was important to the case. This way, please. And he ushers you out of the building. Same with Bukhar.
Do I still have my weapon, or is my weapon taken away?
They give it back to you at the door.
Okay.
Yes. Once they get you to the door, they say, your friend has been charged as guilty for the crime of murder. You will not be seeing him again.
Not jeez.
He will be executed within the next several days. And I am sorry. May Waterdeep be kinder to you. And he closes the door.
I'm just thinking to myself, like, Hammer Abby would be so proud. I don't say that, obviously, in front of these guys, but I'm sure thinking it.
So that leaves the four of you that are living and not in prison out on the street. Essentially, four of you can join each other again.
All right, well, here's a dozen donuts for you, Bukar. Here's a dozen donuts for you, Rizzy. May I assume that the lack of Geo is telling?
It is telling in the worst possible way. He's
I know we
They-
had
they're
a little
giving-
conversation on the inside, Bukar, but
they're giving
yeah.
him the chair. Yeah, the, that spiky chair that they throw people off the cliff on. Yeah, they put you in the chair and they throw you off the cliff. They're giving him the chair.
People, he's just imposing. How's
Only the good die young. What are we gonna do?
Let it be known to the masses that these cops didn't care at all about the guests of House Erlingstar. They cared nothing about Waterdhavian hospitality.
Hey,
Nothing.
let's maybe cross the street before we talk too loudly about the
Okay.
cops.
Good instincts.
I'm breathing. I'm walking away too, though. I'm walking away. I'm walking away.
Okay. Good.
Wait, seriously?
Huh?
Shove some
What?
donuts in my face.
That's it? Like, you guys are just like, yeah?
What should we do? You got a plan? What should we do?
I don't have a plan, but I thought, like, you guys had each other's backs and shit. You guys are just like,
Oh, what are we gonna do?
Eh.
Spring him?
Not against the massive
No.
power of the state.
No.
He would be going. He knows I'm thinking stupid stuff like that. No, he would teleport across the city. I'm not doing that.
There's a very clear hierarchy of power here, and they're way up here, and we're somewhere down here.
yeah.
wait,
as much as I would like to climb.
there's a strict code of laws that are to be followed or else around here?
It may not seem like it looking around, but surprisingly it is. Yeah, actually, they're real stringent about it.
Moon,
I
it's
came from a
news to
pretty
me, but
shady
yeah.
place too. Like, I came from a place that had a pretty like one or done kind of policy as well, but that doesn't mean your buddies just like left you. I can't tell you how many buddies I've left trying to like break out buddies who got in trouble with other buddies who didn't get them out. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, if that's
Did they
the case,
murder somebody?
let's hear your plan. What's your plan then, sir? Clearly you've got the most knowledge out of any of us on this
I
subject.
didn't say
I'm
plan.
down for it.
I'm still alive because I wasn't one of those buddies.
No, okay. Well,
Wait,
I'm still
someone
alive
brought
too,
you
and
out
I
for
aims to
murder?
keep it that way.
Yeah.
What? What did you accuse me of? I'm sorry?
I said, did someone spring you out for murder? Because that's what we would be doing. We'd be springing him out for murder. Letting a murderer run. He's a good person, though. I am sad.
That's not really what I said, but
It was merely implied.
I wouldn't go that far.
Rizzy, what do you think?
I think I don't know. He's gone, so
Do we kick the beehive or?
no. Let's not.
Rizzy, I like
well,
the
if you're not too
instincts.
sad, then I'm okay.
Yeah, as much as I miss your buddy,
If Rizzy
as much as I
told
miss
us
your
all
buddy,
that-
I ain't really trying to take on the whole empire by myself.
No, me either.
Rizzy, how would you feel if you were just like, nah, he's got this?
Yeah, he got it.
Yeah.
He got it.
He's coming back. I'm not worried about it.
I'm not worried about it.
Okay, but just out of interest, for your interest, out of game, that was intended to be minor flavor for you walking to Candle Lane.
Of course.
It is 8 o'clock.
Yeah, we've gone for 2 hours now. So that was great. I'm glad that worked.
Turned out it was real
I
spicy,
wanted
not just a
doing
little
something
flavor.
Earlier.
Yeah, no kidding.
That was
I
high weapons grade MSG.
enjoyed that.
I did not forget that it was broad daylight. I'm not gonna lie.
One way ticket to Flavor Town.
What flavor taste? Okay.
He's going for fried chicken?
Yeah. Okay, collecting my thoughts here. So it sounds like not the group is not going to try to break out a common criminal from an extremely fortified police building within a city that's dedicated to establishing law and order and killing criminals that do anything that's against code legal.
Yes.
Nope.
Right
Yeah.
when you said common criminal, my little camera, like I'm seeing your guys' like it like flashed over to Zach with such like a coy smile. It was so funny. Common criminal, Zach's face.
Yeah.
I will have you know I am an uncommon criminal.
Right.
I've not been caught in any crimes.
Except for in fantasy
Until today.
world.
Yeah.
Oh,
I meant me personally.
Oh yeah.
So,
I-
yeah, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I cannot say that I've never committed a crime. I can say I've never been caught.
Until today.
So then, what would you as characters like to do, the four of you?
Well,
do you
I
think?
think we had a task we were on earlier. So now we only have to split up the 100 gold 4 ways.
You know, not the first time I've done this mental calculus. Yeah.
Good, because I can't do mental calculus, but that's why,
Try that.
why we're going to keep you around.
Yeah.
Beatty, I literally said that to you as we walked this way.
Yeah.
Well, good news is, you are quite close to Candle Lane at this point. It would be about a 5-minute walk.
Like we were going to go scout somewhere else, so let's go do that.
Hours have passed, though. It's like 4 o'clock in the afternoon. The clouds are gone, so
Even
the sun is
better,
out.
Dad.
But
Perfect time.
It's just a
the
bright,
sun-
sunny day.
I think I did mention that the rain was dissipating at the beginning
Yeah,
of the
you did.
session.
Yep. You said it was still raining, but we had sunlight on the horizon.
Which is always like the sunniest time ever. But now it's almost night, and we'll have good shadows. It helps me out a whole lot. I have, like I said, earlier, a specific set of skills.
I think
Yeah.
it's night.
It's up pretty
like,
early,
It's
isn't
like
it?
noon.
Yeah.
Is it summer 4 o'clock or
So,
winter 4 o'clock?
I'm going for probably fall. No. Sorry, I said the wrong one. It's spring, so the days are getting longer. But
You still got
they
better
are
shadows
still.
at 4 o'clock, though.
Did Dan say 4 o'clock? Did I miss it?
Yeah. Yep. 4 o'clock. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
No, it was
Um,
noon when this went down. It's 4 o'clock now.
That's right. Yeah, a few hours passed in the interrogating rooms, which, by the way, I think that's a little too modern for our setting, but I couldn't help myself. That was fun.
I think it's fine.
Yeah.
I guess. Dan, what exactly was it that tipped him into like complete murder? Like who screwed the pooch the worst?
Okay, I
'Cause
will.
He had a bit of a background. Like I was being accosted.
Yes.
Like I said, I'm pretty sure it was my friends that got me killed. Like, I feel like my actual
That's what I
lie
wanna
was
know.
pretty solid.
I didn't
Well-
engage at all.
The good thing
What was
is.
it like? The need of force, like the use of
So there's multiple things. First of all, this is a point in favor of Gio, Rizzi, and Bukar. There we go. You did not flee the scene, which was points in your favor. The other two did,
Right.
and they were
Oh,
labeled
no.
as accomplices by witnesses. They were also charged. They could have been charged if caught, but they weren't caught for not reporting a crime. Now that's a very minor misdemeanor, so it wasn't worth them expending the forces to go catch you. Let's see here. Consequences of using an open blade in city. Now, since it was a dagger, it wasn't actually wrong for you to defend yourself with the dagger. However, the attacker did not start with a weapon. and so the response was
Okay,
deemed
but-
inappropriate for the level of threat.
I would say though, and I did say this, like had he hit me again for that same amount of damage, I would have been dead.
That's true.
Like,
That's true.
I just like if he did that, if he got another hit of equal force on me, done.
Yeah.
Well, unconscious. I do have a little issue with the whole HP system. Is like you get guarding like, oh, I hit him halfway to dead. It's like in a bar fight, if you got punched, you don't immediately break a bottle necessarily.
Yeah.
How
I'm
many
a
bar
fan
fights
of-
have you seen?
How many have I been in?
How many have you been in?
Yes.
The other thing is, and this is, I tried to rule this fairly because you wouldn't, like, your characters can't know how close to death they are. They just don't know that other than they feel bad. They feel in pain. They feel hurt. But you don't actually know, hey, I'm 5 points away from dying. So, in this case, it was probably quite reasonable for Geo, who wasn't really feeling on top of his game, pull a knife in self-defense. However, he did kill the guy in what was essentially one attack, which was punishable. That's mainly what happened. There are a couple other things, but they're just weird relics of older law enforcement. They don't really believe in due process either. So it's mainly like, hey, did the witnesses see you do X or Y? If they say you did the wrong thing, the guard is pretty much guaranteed to make sure that you get punished for it. You just hope that you're punished for something less than actually went down.
It's fair.
that...
Zach definitely went overboard. I'm not. I really expected him to back down when I pulled a knife. Like,
yeah.
That was like the fantasy version of like, okay, you brought fists to a gunfight, bro. Like, he's like, I guess we're doing this. Okay. Like,
You know that. I think maybe his drunkenness did not help him in his decision
fair.
making.
That's fair.
In that entire thing.
Listen, I am totally good with the whole way it shook down. Geo absolutely could have gone a different route and chose the most aggressive route and got a little unlucky with a high damage roll. I probably shouldn't have applied the sneak attack damage in retrospect. I probably shouldn't have sneak attacked him. But at the same time, I was also like, guy hits pretty hard and I'm pretty close to death, so I want to at least like make my point before I sue for peace.
You know, I actually have a decent question to piggyback off of that point. Dan, do you play with the non-lethal damage? Like, if he had just said, like, I'm gonna attack him, but non-lethally.
Yes, that would be fine. They'd be like hitting him with the flat of the blade or something. Except, did you have a rapier or a dagger? You had a dagger.
Dagger. Like, I don't know how you non-lethal with a dagger. But...
Ooh,
Use
that's...
the butt.
Yeah, you thump him with the bottom of it.
You pommel.
I mean, yeah. You might as well
With
just
the
punch him at that point, but yeah.
Yeah. In which case, that would also not be normal damage because it's not the blade, so it'd be like 1d4 improvised damage, probably.
Go for the arm.
Yeah, well,
for a non
Yeah,
strike.
In reality,
Stab him in the thigh.
You use it like a brass knuckle in fantasy
Right.
world. I don't know.
Yeah, had this gone down in the sewers, which are easily accessible and run throughout the entire city, nobody would have known, nobody would have done anything about it, but fight you, maybe run.
right. Like, honestly, if the cops hadn't have showed up immediately, my next move was like, all right, we got to ditch this body in a sewer. Like, it is not Geo's first time doing this.
Mm-hmm. You just got unlucky.
Yeah, it happens, man. Listen, Listen, the life of a street rat is brutal and often short, and that's how it happens.
You played it well. You did a great job. Your spiel to the cop on the street and then what you said in the interrogation room was fantastic. It had me thinking really hard on how I was going to react.
It's fair. It's fair.
It was quite challenging. I feel a little off balance now. Okay, so
Sorry to just completely throw everything out the window, guys. My bad.
No, it's honestly, I think it's a good not an introduction, but it's at the very least a reminder of our setting, right? It's like, all right, here's the rules here, guys. Like,
If nothing else, yeah.
if nothing else,
Hey,
it's just like, here's
guys,
what you're dealing with. Like,
take this a
Yeah.
little seriously. Like, don't come in
Yep.
all unbothered.
No, and to Dan's credit, like he was very clear from the beginning. He's like, "This is what's going to happen. This is how this city works.
Yeah.
Act accordingly." so now I think we all got the message.
all right.
Yeah.
It was highly enjoyable. For
Yeah.
me.
No, it actually like this has been one of the more fun sessions already. I'll just say, like, yeah, just because of
I will.
what's happened.
I will admit, I am like delaying the game because it just feels super weird to be like, and let's go party,
Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
and let's go adventure. That was whoo.
Perhaps the party wants to crash and discuss things before they, wait an hour before the sun starts to go down.
Should we have a wake?
Only if it's Irish.
You
Right.
you all would know that Geo insists
I'm
upon a
going
New
to-
Orleans style funeral.
Yeah. Party. I'm also just like, Moon didn't like
I'm really-
Geo, so I'm having a really hard time not saying like mean things as Moon. we gotta rein it in.
Yeah. Like,
Oh no.
Oh man,
no.
he died.
Oh jeez.
But he's starting to like Rizzy, so he's a little aware of. Like, I shouldn't say that.
my least favorite person in the group, the one I really didn't want to have to interact with, is gone now. Not upset. Probably not appropriate to share that.
Oh, the one who I wanted to fight is
I'm
gone.
going to rip out a handle of whiskey or tequila or whatever hard liquor I have on me and like pour one out for Gio.
Ooh,
Okay,
that
Right
nigga.
there.
I'll join you.
Woo, that liquor. Right on the jailhouse. Just splash it up on the side.
But we
I
should just
mean,
put you in a
4
tavern and
seconds
make
of
make Zach the barkeep. You want to be the
Absolutely.
barkeep for me?
Absolutely. What
Permanent
can I get you
NPC.
fine, folks? You seem like you've had a rough day. What can I get you?
What
On
would
the
you
contrary,
recommend?
we're celebrating.
Yeah. It's a little bit of
I
both.
mean,
Let me
sorry.
explain it.
Sorry.
What would you pour for somebody who just lost a compatriot
Oh,
in the line in the line of duty?
Well, I've always found that hard drink is the drink of mourning. Personally, that's what I would recommend. And
And
don't
I'm taking
forget.
ale.
He'll like give one ale to the little like flying guy, kind of like weird choice, bro.
Listen. Long story. It's understandable, but long story.
And it is customary to I believe as the kids say, pour one out for your homies.
We've done that. Yeah, we did that already. But now we're ready to pour one into ourselves. So what would you recommend in your culture? In your culture, what do they do when they're celebrating someone's life?
Into a very weirdly racist place, but
This is coming from someone with no culture. You understand?
I mean, I have a bottle of dwarven fire cider. Incredibly potent. Again, dwarven fire cider. Guaranteed to get you rickety wrecked very quickly.
Okay.
I'll
like
take
where this is
Done.
going.
Done.
It again, imported from Dwarven Holds. To be honest, I was saving it for a special occasion myself. I could part with it for a gold piece.
I'm gonna like huddle us together. It's honestly just not even saying anything, but
A
whispering,
who's what?
whispering to.
A who?
Yeah, we could come up with that.
Whisper.
He pulls out like a clay jug that like a very like good sized clay jug with sturdy handles, and the wooden cup that he pours this in, like you get the impression that if it was to sit there for long enough, the wood might dissolve. Like you can smell the alcohol the second like the stopper comes. He's like, whoa! Remember, dwarves are resistant to poison, so for them to get messed up.
Fair. Okay, well, everybody, I guess down the hatch,
What's that?
except for Moon. Moon, you're making sure that none of us die on or choking on our own vomit tonight.
Yeah, right.
Wizzy puts the whole thing down the hatch.
Yeah, I'm gonna grab a sip first before it gets to Rizzy. And take one little swig, and then I give it to you. Go for it, Rizzy. It's all you, boo.
There we go.
Down
the
I
hatch.
would say that the drink that Moon got is called Broken Land Stout. Very strong beer. It's known to come from Baldur's Gate. Just to add a little detail to that.
Nice.
There's not a whole... Okay, so I didn't consider this tavern at all because it didn't exist until 5 minutes ago. There is a satyr dancing up on a little platform, almost like a stage. And you can hear the ta-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta of the goat feet as he dances in a jig to something that sounds quite similar to like Irish river music. Whatever that sounds like, I don't personally know as Dan what that sounds like, but I know it sounds interesting. You're not really sure where the music's coming from. It seems to be coming from an unknown source.
While you guys are drinking and having a good time, or having, mourning or celebrating the death of Geo, a person walks in looking identical to Geo. Absolutely identical. He does not appear to recognize anybody except for Rizzy. And he will approach and say, Rizzy, this is a sad day. But
Beatrice.
he would also recognize Beatrice too. Sorry, yeah. He would recognize Rizzy and Beatrice. Company say, this is undeniably a sad day. Fantastic, Dan.
Sorry, I forgot it the whole session until now.
We only really needed it now, so yeah, good timing.
Yeah, I don't know what kind of background music they play at like the medieval police station.
It was actually
Is it
really.
just, like,
It was dark. It was
Is
dark.
it like the drunk bard in the drunk tank is like
It's just the dun dun from Law and Order over and over again. Yeah.
This fellow who looks identical to Giacomo comes up and says, Rizzy, can I speak to you? Can I speak with you privately?
Yes.
And he'll kind of like pull you aside to a separate table and say, Rizzy, you may be a little bit confused. I know that you left Giacomo back at the police station, and he is unfortunately he will be killed. What you don't know is that Giacomo this is a difficult thing to explain. Many years ago, I was a young, noble, connected child who had escaped my ward. And I had a chance encounter with Giacomo, who we found quite amusingly matched me toe to tip. And we cooked up an interesting plan. He went back to the manor disguised as myself, and I took to the streets disguised as him, and we got to live something of a double life. We've continued to do that for the most of our lives, periodically, as it best suited our whims. And so, while you may not you may not know the public facing me, we have spent quite a bit of time together. Me pretending to be Giacomo. He pretends to be me. I pretend to be him. It is something that we've done for a long time. I don't want you to feel slighted or anything. It was never our intention to deceive you. To be completely honest, we've spent so much time pretending to be each other that it's just second nature to slip into that persona. This is a sad day. We have both lost a very dear friend, and I hope to mourn him with you, but if it's okay with you, I would like to continue to operate in secret under the name Giacomo.
Okay.
In memory of our friend. If I don't know your other companions at all. I did manage to speak briefly with Gio before he was hauled off, and he told me to find you and approximately where you would be. We didn't have much time to discuss the particulars, but we had an opportunity to say our goodbyes. You know, Giacomo was always a hothead. But if it's okay with you, I would like to continue continue to use his name. Are you comfortable?
Yes.
Aha. Thank you.
Does every
Wait. Do I have any earthly clue as to what's going on right now? I have a
None
14
whatsoever.
passive perception. I
None whatsoever.
absolutely choked on my drink, and best to believe that I eavesdropped on every second of that conversation.
I believe I said I intentionally tried to have a private
right, you did.
conversation. So I think we're gonna need to do some opposed roles, Missy.
Okay, I'm at the bathroom. Give me
I would like to run my stealth against your perception, if that's okay with Dan. I don't know. What
Yeah.
would you feel?
No, that's fair.
All right.
Man, what I said last week applies this week too. I sometimes your interaction as players is so great. I don't have to do anything. I can just sit here. It's great.
Yes or no?
All right. Did you roll, Elizabeth?
Hold on, I was in the bathroom. My
The
passive is a
snoop?
4. Oh, I rolled a perception. Okay, give me 1 second. 1 second. I'm back in here. I'm back here.
The nosy snoop.
Dirty 20. What did you get? I really didn't hear. I wasn't paying attention.
Listen. You good
Nah,
kid.
20.
I'll give you it. You good kid. You good. But while I'm around, you'll always be second best. That is a
Who are you? While you
Oh!
Who are you? Who are you?
while I'm around, you'll always be second best.
Is that your real name?
Anyways, after my very heartfelt private conversation with my good friend
And I go
Rizzy,
back and tell everybody.
you didn't hear a word. I was very
What did you-
circumspect. I will.
He beat your dirty
I said,
20.
what did you roll? I rolled a 20.
I rolled a 23.
Oh, never mind. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, like I said, while I'm around, you'll always be second best. I will with Rizzy go and approach him. And says, word of my death was greatly exaggerated.
Nuh-uh. Oh, I don't know.
None of you are going to be like, Geo!
This is suspicious.
I'm
No, I'm absolutely flabbergasted. Who is this? Is anybody else freaking out a little bit? Did we walk into the time, the Twilight Zone? No.
What?
Because years ago, my uncle Vicentio was kept alive, and then all of that ended with some crazy stuff in that chult place. I went to school. I know my history.
What? I'm Giacomo.
What?
You think
I
you
don't know
can't
why
get
you
out
brought
of
up
the
resurrection,
jail
Joe.
cell? Come on.
Geo's not even dead in the gallows yet, much less cold in the grave.
Of course not. I'm right here. What do you you said? News of my death was greatly exaggerated. You think a jail cell
You know
can
what?
hold
I'm gonna play something
Giacomo?
tonight.
Geo of the Darkwood?
I'm flabbergasted.
I'm just
Well-
staring daggers at you.
Insight check. Oh, you're not Geo.
That's a little
Insight
guy's
check. I
name.
knew it because Geo. Oh, you're not Geo. Who are you? Who are you?
Little guy's name.
What's your name?
You're killing me. His name is Moon.
Moon. Hey,
Can you
Moon.
whisper that, or are you just gonna orc yell, his name is Moon, Geo? Moon, have I offended?
No,
I
that's
offended
not
you?
Geo.
Have I offended you? Is there an issue? You seem to be very happy until I arrived.
He's in
I
the
don't-
gallows.
I seriously turn away and just float off.
I
You
would
better
like to
not
just
be
tell
sideways,
everybody.
That's all I'm saying.
I would like to
Yeah,
keep
that-
out of character. I do want you all to know this was a planned aspect of my backstory from the beginning that I did not expect to reveal session 2.
He's telling the truth.
This was not some like.
That's what.
Hi,
That's
I'm
what
my
the
brother.
intention
In honor
is.
of my brother, call me the tank.
Oh,
You know,
BS.
this is not some beer fest thing. This was like I got notes, man. I had a whole plan for this character. I was gonna do like split personalities. Nope.
I'm
I wanna
just
see those
thinking,
notes
but
right
as long as you're cool and you stay good, it's fine.
Go into the campaign. Look up in D&D Beyond. Look up Giacomo. And go read the notes section. I have detailed notes on like acquaintances, allies, a backstory.
We had a
whole
2-hour
9 yards,
conversation
man.
about it.
Like we have had multiple hours of conversations about how we were gonna do this, and I just blew it on session 2.
It straight up is Giacomo / Derlim Langdon.
He's telling the truth. He's telling the truth.
Hold on, I'm going into acquaintances.
I wanted to mention, while this is happening,
I can't see that stuff.
Wait, really?
I get actions, inventory, features, and extras. You don't get the backstory.
You don't get notes?
oh, because he's not the DM, probably. That's
Yeah.
probably why.
Yeah, that actually makes sense, man.
Yeah, it does.
The satyr has climbed down off the platform, and a bard comes up, and he starts singing a tale of something that happened several years ago. The tale starts to ring a bell. In a faraway, distant land, 5 brave warriors gathered to face the ultimate challenge, defeating the world-ending monster. Their quest began in a forgotten city where whispers of his return had been circulating. As they ventured deeper into his stronghold, the air grew thick with malevolent energy. The warriors encountered treacherous traps and minions, but their skills and teamwork allowed them to overcome. Finally, they reached the throne room, where he awaited them with cold, calculating eyes. The battle raged on as they unleashed spells, a maelstrom of elemental forces, and a complex web of illusions. However, the foe's mastery of dark magic and necromancy proved to be too great. One by one, the warriors fell to the Lich's relentless assault. The weapons were shattered, the elemental forces were dispelled, the illusions were shattered, and arrows were deflected. As the dust settled, only one warrior remained standing, his bow trembling with fatigue. The foe, sensing his last opponent's weakness, unleashed a devastating blast of energy that sent him across the room, and as the young warrior struggled to rise, the Lich disappeared out of sight. And with that, the foe that dwelt over Faerun was ended by a group of adventurers that sadly did not all return to their homes, leaving one standing victorious, and his name was Jacoby.
Yes.
I was gonna say, I heard of those guys. There was one who was a pacifist. He definitely wasn't gonna make it.
Yeah.
I heard a similar story. There was one guy who just like he was trying to die like the whole time.
Yeah.
I heard there was one person that kept farting in the hallways and echoing, and then
I haven't heard about this story. This is news to me. Yeah. I never heard about this. It's very interesting. Sound like a bunch of losers to me. I don't know.
you grew up under a mountain or something. Dang!
Look, I read books, not those kind of books. All right.
Into the water, shoot.
Oh, guys, honestly, I can't think of a better place to stop. Like, this is so natural, it would be
Yeah.
forcing it to continue. So I
Agreed,
feel like we
agreed.
should
think
probably.
so. I'm really
call
pretty
the-
out of it.
Oh
yeah,
man,
I think
it
we
is.
called early today. Yeah.
It has been
hell
a
of a session.
blast. I am so glad we did this.
Yeah, me too.
Oh, I had to change some details in that little story there. I fed some details into AI, and I had it write a story about this. Some of them it got wrong, and I didn't want to reveal the names until the end, just to let you chew on it.
Toby.
I caught on pretty quick.
Yeah, I was pretty sure I knew what that was about.
Yeah, I kind of gave it away, but you know what? It happened 10 years ago, and you all remember the time where people who were undead were fading away, and it was not possible to bring people to life. But since then, the world has somewhat bounced back. You've noticed that there is a darker tone to Faerun than before it happened. And most of the sources of joy are to be found in a place like this, where people set aside their troubles and their tribulations, and they sit down and they have a drink and a meal with friends and loved ones, discussing the good times and the adventures that they've had. And that is